Thank you so much for the people who's sitting in the back. I tried it for Ariella's recital, and that's a very uncomfortable hard chair. So I will try to make it shorter for you guys. So before I talk about the next piece, let me retune it. I'll try to make it good. So, as you can already imagine, I'm doing completely different settings. So A and D, and F sharp, and B. So that's another setting. It's going to be interesting. So, the thing I liked about Bach, and it really helped me when I was in Malaysia because, I was isolated for entire 1 month. I just got there and had to do quarantine in hotel because it was a very strict lockdown, and you cannot really go out except once a week for grocery shopping. You cannot even jog. If you get caught, you could go to jail. It was really strict. So what would I do? Find something to play and just practice. So that's what I did, and now I'm looking back. Those 2 years was one of the hardest time of my life, but if I didn't have time for that, I wouldn't learn that much music, the one that I'm playing these days, or I might have married to the wrong guy. He broke my heart, so he deserved to be, used as my setup, right? So anyhow, so this next piece I'm going to play is Kodaly's Cello Solo Sonata. I'm just going to play the first movement. I fell in love with this piece when I was 19 years old. Somebody played in the studio class, and then he played the third movement, and I was mesmerized with how he was playing and like how virtuosic the pieces. It was just amazing. And it took 10 years for me to learn this, and after that, so when I was in Malaysia, I was like, this piece I really wanted to play for a long, long time, but I never got to learn it. So I was like, why don't I use this time to learn it? So that's when I learned. This piece was written in 1915. Zoltan Kodaly was very much interested in folk tunes, so he would walk around the country and try to record the folk tunes and find out where they are. And he was very much influenced by Debussy, which I play with Ariella for one of the recitals. So he used a lot of color changes and also pentatonics to make it more folky. The World War I was happened in 1914, and he wrote it in 1915. Somehow, whenever I revisit this piece, it kind of has the same kind of sentimental as Korea. We are calling Han, which is a little bit of, I wouldn't say anger because it as a suppressed nationality, you have to surpass that suppression, and you have that thing, and we call it Han. And whenever I play this piece, I can relate to it, and I love that about it. He was not really recognized at the time because, especially for this piece, because it's too virtuosic, and you would see soon enough. And this piece was premiered by one of the David Popper's pupil, his student. And what was I gonna say? I lost track of my thought. Sorry. Oh yes. So he said, because nobody is playing his piece, he said, if you're not playing this piece particularly, you're not deserve to be called cellist. So after 10 years, I can be called as a cellist since I'm playing. So here's Kodaly, the first movement, the cello sonata. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for deciding to come to this afternoon concert. It really means a lot. I mean, I said it so many times, but I cannot reiterate enough because it really feels special for me because oh, sorry. So I really hope one day that I will play for real people instead of like playing for camera or like just by myself, and to be able to play with full of people. And if it was too hard or it was just too much, please feel free to give me a feedback. I can change the program for the next time. So just feel free to just give me any suggestions, but yeah, it really means a lot, and I feel really special, and I'm so fortunate to be able to share the music with you. I don't know how many of you know what's happening in Korea, but you really don't know when things are gonna happen. And actually, the incident where it happened is really close to where my parents used to live. So the thought that it could happen anytime, it's really scary. And sometimes in life, so many things that you cannot expect or imagine, but things happen and you gotta move on and do what you can do. Well, what I can do is just play the music. So as an encore, I'm going to play Going Home by Dvorak, that's arranged by Yo-Yo Ma. So before I play, let me tune back so it won't be weird sound.